institutional bias kind of came and slapped me in the face. I had a major surgery on my back, and the hospital social worker came in after the surgery. After about 3 days, I was in the hospital longer than they had thought that I would be there. Of course, I was costing the hospital more dollars than what the typical patient would cost because of my disabilities, because of all of my inherent who I am. And I was asked by the social worker, do you want to go to this nursing home or this nursing home? And I said, I'm not going to either nursing home. And she said, oh, yes, yeah, you need to go there. And I said, but I'm not going. And she looked at me very, very strange, like this had never come up before. So I had to explain to her that for people with disabilities, a nursing home placement, even for a short stay, is tantamount to a death sentence.
Come on in.
Hi, Norma.
Hi there, kiddo.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I'm so
I
glad.
haven't seen you for a long time.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
I
I
know.
missed you. It's been. Oh, God. I know. Isn't that good? We're just going to kind of review the services that I have set up for you.
Okay.
For your quarterly visit. So let's kind of go through it. You got your Lifeline? Where in your
Oh,
Lifeline
yes,
you're
it's
wearing?
right here.
Yeah, you're wearing. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, honey, it doesn't get far.
Yeah.
It's bath time, so I just took it
Yeah,
off.
that's right. Transportation, you know, you and your husband kind of get to where you need
Right.
to go that way. You're
Right.
able to use the ramp and get out. And
Oh,
go
my
to-
God, yes.
Okay.
Love my ramp.
Yeah.
Love my, except when it hurts me.
Tell me a little bit. So we just got the ramp built.
Uh-huh.
Stanwood Lyons, who's a a waiver provider. They pay the waiver pays for the actual materials and the stand with lions. There was, God, how many guys out here that day doing
Oh,
that?
there was what, about 4 or
Yeah,
5?
four.
Yeah.
And they're all older themselves.
Yeah.
And they built a ramp, and then they donate the labor, and then we purchase the actual materials to do
Right.
that.
I am just thankful for you guys because you've done so much for me, you know. You really have. It's just been, it has changed my life because I'm not as depressed. I can get out. Like in the evening, I take my cart and I go outside, and I take that one because I can control it better than I can control this thing. And this is just more a house thing, you know. And I just tool up and down, and it's really been nice.
Okay, Norma was a referral from the Department of Human Services from me. She had applied for some financial aid. Shelley Hayes, the income maintenance worker at DHS, knew that she was turning 65 and was going to be losing some of the benefits that she had. So she recommended the elderly waiver for her. So in December of this last year, I came up to her home and basically found a woman and with absolutely no services, no help, trying to cope completely on her own with her husband. I think I got here the day before her 65th birthday, and she wasn't eligible till she was actually 65. So we talked about what she'd be eligible for, and did the assessment, got the level of care from her doctor, and then was able to set up just a host of services that I think, out of anyone I've served in case management, I think this program's benefited Norma the most. And I think what I'm most proud of in this home is the ramp. You know, getting the ramp built and having her accessible. Not only was it just the major, first of all, the major concern of her actual safety. You know, if there would have been any type of fire, any time where she'd have to leave the house, she wouldn't have been able to do it. So the first of all, safety factor, and then just the release of her being able to walk around the community and be part of her community again by just a simple ramp. And you know, the fact that the Lions, the Stand with Lions, are such a big part of this, and it was their group that actually came up, you know, built it. They donate the labor, and only, I think the ramp index cost them maybe $700-800 total. And you know, if we would have had to pay for labor, it'd have been another $500-600 on top of that. So that ability, and also the bed, getting her the bed part of her home, and not having a hospital bed. You know, a hospital bed might have been the easy way to do it, but that fact that she would have just felt like she was living again in an institutional setting by having a hospital bed. So now we're able to have the beds close, and she still is able to sleep in the same bedroom with her husband, which is so important to her. They have such a great relationship as a married couple.
Come in. Greetings.
Hi, Bill. It's Barb.
Greetings, greetings.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Good to see you.
Thank you, thank you. Make yourself comfortable.
Sounds great. Thanks. You always find your chair well, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I spent most of my life going backwards.
good. That's one way to look at it, I guess.
You gotta have a good sense of humor. You won't get very far in this world.
That's absolutely right. So, tell me how your visit went up to West Union.
Oh, 2 long weeks. The first week I went up to the Mayo Clinic with my daughter Christiane,
Okay.
and 2 of the days were spent in a seminar for patients with fibromyalgia.
Okay.
And then they also believe that my daughter probably has MS. And so that was the harder part, because they had to do a spinal tap. And they tried 3 times at the clinic and it would not take. So they sent her over to St. Mary's Hospital, where they could use x-ray machines and cameras to watch exactly where the needle was going in, and they still couldn't get it.
Oh my goodness.
And this is a month now, and she still has a black and blue spot on her spine because of it. But unfortunately, some people just can't take a spinal tap, and she seems to be one. And they really needed the fluid to get the final proof, you know, if she does indeed have MS.
Well, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
difficult when
Oh, yeah.
when that's your child.
Well, and she's only 36.
Yeah.
It looks
Very
like
young.
she's going to get everything that I've gotten, but she's getting it 30 years earlier.
Oh no.
So, not trying to think negative, but let's say she has MS. Hopefully it'll grow slow enough that the kids will be gone before it ever gets really bad.
One of the other things that you have as a benefit from the elderly waiver is having the assistance of home instead
Right,
and their CDAC program.
Right.
They've been helping you, keep your apartment clean.
right,
They still assisting with your laundry,
right,
some and
Yeah.
transportation.
right. They get me to the doctors, to all my medical appointments and shopping and any other special thing that would come up, then they would help me get to those things and
Okay.
so on. Oh yeah, I would never be able to do vacuuming and so on. It's unbelievable how much it just hurts to plug the vacuum in the wall nowadays.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah, they're very good at helping me. On the other hand, again, I don't let my apartment get dirty, so they seldom have to do much.
That's true. Well, but on top of that,
Yeah.
they're also,
Yeah.
because of your blindness,
Yeah.
they're helping you,
Yeah.
get all of your mail, organize all of your
Well, yeah, they
paperwork.
do
and-
my reading, because obviously I can't read my mail. So,
Yes,
right,
yes.
so-
And now the one gal was kind of on vacation there for a little while. Is she back now? But she's still been able to meet your needs?
Oh, yeah, and then on some
Okay.
day that if I need someone and she can't come, then they'll send another worker, so.
Well, but you had expressed to me the comfort level that you had with Lila,
Right.
and that you really didn't want just anybody trying
So
to
if
read your
Lila
mail.
can't come, and I don't really need someone, I'll just skip it. But if Lila can't come, and I need to go shopping, or I need to do something, then I'll simply have to accept whoever they send.
So it's more
Right.
the necessities that you rely on other people to do, and then Lila reads your mail and
Right,
does the things
yeah.
that you need that trust
right.
and that relationship with.
Right.
Okay.
But if they would ever find someone who was musically gifted, I'd give anyone, if they would find a worker that could read music, that could help me with some of the musical things that I would like to try to
Oh, wouldn't that
learn.
be
Right.
wonderful?
And so I would get back to using some of the hours. For a while, Laura was pretty good at, even though she wasn't musical, she was very willing to try to at least figure out the mechanics about the keyboard, because she was really into
Okay.
mechanics and
Okay.
liked to do things of that nature.
You triggered my memory on something too,
Yeah.
Bill. You were at one point searching for an organ, correct?
Oh yeah, if anyone ever has a used organ that's not being used, that's in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's the other issue, but I did receive an email just this, I think it was this last week, and I knew I was coming out to see you, so I talked to you about it here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what kind of organ it is, but the Marian Churches United,
Uh-huh.
they're a community that tries to help out wherever they can, where there's an unmet need, and I don't know if it's one of their group members or who it is, but they have an organ that they're trying to get rid of.
Well, if you just ask them to please call me so we can visit and
Okay.
so I can discuss.
So what
Yeah.
I'll do then, with your permission,
Yeah.
is I will pass along your name and phone number
and ask them to call me.
and have them give you a call. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
greatly
see if that
appreciate
works
it.
out.
very good.
Like the kicker to that was, I think that you needed to go pick it up, and I'm not sure that, and maybe given the circumstances, maybe they'd be willing to bring it over to you as well.
Yeah, I'm sure something can be worked out.
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Right now, Bill is receiving some services that's called CDAC services. There's a program underneath the elderly waiver that's considered the CDAC program. Stands for Consumer Directed Attendant Care. Essentially, Bill tells that person what it is that he needs from them. So the fact that should he need homemaker services, he may not get all of the extra assistance like reading his mail and all of the transportation needs that he has due to his blindness. That wouldn't necessarily fall under some of the agency's homemaker guidelines. So CDAC opens up a few more options for him because he has the right to tell that individual worker and that agency what to do. We establish an agreement with that agency and Bill on what it is that he's wanting them to assist him with.
And I think when I was in high school, my junior and senior